We're back.
This is Roy.
This is Mel.
And we are The Beans. So, as we mentioned in our last video when we talked about how we met, we decided to kind of continue the story of our story and talk about our engagement.
Most definitely. It is definitely the move. And some of you got back to us and like, yeah, we definitely want to see that. So I want to thank y'all for letting us know what y'all wanted to see next.
Yes, continue to do that. We love the suggestions. We want to see what you guys are interested in and what you like to watch.
Thrive on feedback.
Yes.
That's right. Keep it positive.
Yes.
Okay. So, the story of our engagement.
So what year was this? This was back in 2016.
2016.
Yes.
Okay, we'll pick it up from there.
Yeah.
Because you just got back.
So you want to speak on that?
A little bit.
Okay.
So
2016.
2016 is when I actually proposed, but before that, Mel had moved away for a while. We had went on a little split. Tragically heartbroken I was.
Yes. So, as we mentioned in the last video, he and I have been knowing each other and dealing with each other for years. So, at this point, we had known each other for many years.
Yeah, I don't even want to do the math, but you say it's a long time.
At least 6 years, I want to say. Yeah. And
we put the time in to build this. The time to build this.
Yeah, it doesn't. This magic does not come overnight. You know.
We grew.
Yeah. So anyway, as he mentioned, like I had moved away. I had moved to Arizona.
Yeah.
I moved to Arizona. Lived there for roughly a couple years, and something happened that caused me to move back.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
So you got back late.
December of 2015. Yes.
Late December of 2015.
And during that time.
Actually, December 18th, 2015.
Love that.
Yes.
During that time, of course, like in all the years that we were not together, like
life went on.
Like so he and I, our story is very like multifaceted, but again, that has brought us to where we are today. History. Oh, the battery.
That's cool.
Okay. So we had broken up and gone back together multiple times.
A few. We weren't one of those where it was like,
Like, and it wasn't ever like toxic, like abusive, nothing. It was just, when I look at it now, I see for myself. It was a girl trying to like figure herself out, and at the time feeling like I could not be the partner that he deserves.
That could be said.
And even to this day, like, I still am like... So, yeah, why would you choose me? Like, I feel like he's out of my league, So, I would always, like, be afraid of the love that he was showing me because I wasn't used to that. I don't know. I could probably see a shrink for all this. But, like, anyway, we had a lot of back and forth.
Meanwhile, I was just like, I choose you.
And I was like, no!
Because I love
you.
And I choose to be with you.
Yeah.
Because I love you.
Yeah.
And I love you because I love you. And that's enough for me. Just get it together, dang.
Yeah. But, again, age and wisdom, you learn a lot with time. But, like, even during our, like, breaks, we would always, like, be friends. Like, we always communicated well. We always, like, had so much love for each other and respect for each other. And even like my family members would say like, Mel, what the heck are you doing? Roy Bean loves you. He's always been in love with you. And I knew that. What?
I said, thanks, Cece.
Yeah, I knew that. And I don't know what the heck, but sometimes you just have to like, you live and you learn and you...
sometimes you don't miss the water till the well runs dry, you know what I'm saying?
True. True.
A wise person once said, you don't miss the water till the well runs dry.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So anyway, after this tragic event that happened in 2015 that impacted my life so deeply, it really had me thinking, okay, like I need to get back home, get back to California, and surround myself with people that like care for me. So being, of course, like my mom, my siblings, Roy Bean, and so in December of 2015, I came back. So then, what happened after that?
So you came back, we reunited, and it felt so good.
Yeah.
And we progressed. And actually, if I remember correctly, you moved back and you moved in with me like very shortly thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were back for like what, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, because like moving back, like I didn't have a plan. I just knew like I had to get back and I would figure the rest out. But like I didn't have a job yet. Like it was right in the middle of the holidays, New Year and stuff, and so moving in with my mom, you know, like love my mom, she's a great person, but I knew that wasn't where I was like wanting to stay for a long-term basis.
Well, you know, you're also getting older too. At some point, I'm too old to be living with my mom. Like, I mean,
yeah.
You know, I just.
So he was like, well, like, want to move in with me?
Well, because you know.
I don't even know if you asked. I don't know if I just like moved myself in.
No, because we had done what we were currently doing for that 3-week period so many times before. It's like the definition of insanity is like doing the same thing over and over and expecting it different.
Right.
So, and at this point, I've known you long enough. You've known me long enough. We know each other well enough. Like, what's the point of not moving forward in a relationship?
Right.
I don't know. Y'all probably can't see my hands. I'm not moving forward, and I got to bring it up here.
Yeah. So
like,
we decided to do that.
The natural progression. So yeah, you had just moved. You moved back, and 3 weeks later, you moved in. After we had a little conversation about it.
Yeah. But it was kind of not like a full-time thing yet, because right around that time I had gotten a job doing retail like down in Pismo, which is closer to where my mom lived. So in a way it kind of was like a good transition for us, and being like, okay, we want to be together, like where we live now in Paso, that'll be our home base. I'll move in with him, but like on the days where I'm working, which was very, very part-time, very lame, I'll go and stay down at my mom's if we need to, and it worked out for a few months.
I'd take you to work. I'd take you like to your mom's house before I went to work.
Yeah.
So I'd drive from Paso to Pismo Beach or Grover and drop her off, and then go to work in San Luis, and we rearrange, you know, however we needed to.
Yeah. And so we did that for a few months, and then I want to say it was in April, so about 4
Late
months
March,
or
early
so
April.
into it. We were gonna go. We had like a trip.
We had a trip plan. What had happened was, as y'all know, wow, I wrestled. That's what I did. Anyway, they used to have this yearly thing in Vegas.
Do they not anymore?
They still do. They still do.
Oh,
I just don't. I don't know if a lot of people go to it anymore like that. I used to roll it.
Oh.
Anyway, big convention in Vegas happens every year. Sometimes they change it, you know, like to further back in the summer. Sometimes it's, you know, that particular
year.
year.
What does that have to do with it? Now that I'm like thinking about it.
Well, I'm glad you asked. See, we had a plan to go to Vegas. Right?
Like a week.
For a week, most of the week.
Yeah.
And your sister wanted you to go to Disneyland with her and the kids. And you're like, we should go. And I'm like, what's the point of going to Disneyland the week before we go to Vegas? Like, you know, look, we regular folks, okay? We ball on the budget, but it's a tight budget.
But I always want to have my cake and eat it too. I'm all, let's just do the most.
Yeah, she be doing the most, y'all. Anyway.
And I haven't changed.
No, some things people don't grow out of. No, so I was like, what's the point in doing all that? But right before that, even so, you had hit a milestone in your life, and you had purchased your first car. So I was like, all right, you just got a car, and you want to go to Vegas, or we're going to Vegas, now you want to go to Disney. So we went to Disney World, went to Disneyland, my bad. Came back, was here for like 2 days, went to Vegas, came back, and then your mother and your sister surprised you with a trip to, I forget where you guys went and saw.
It was in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, this is your part.
Okay, so after that we went, my sister, anyway, my family, like my mom and sister and niece, we did a trip to Santa Barbara and went to the Santa Barbara Bowl and saw Pentatonics. I don't know if you guys know who Pentatonics is, but we were super into them. Not him, me and my sister.
I give them props. Like, they got pipes. It just wasn't my thing, like, you know.
So we had this Pentatonics concert At this point, it was late April. And it was really great, really fun. And after the concert, he's going to pick me up from my mom's house.
Right. Now keep in mind, it's been a very busy 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, she got her first car, and that was a bit of a, getting your first car ain't always the easiest thing to do, but my baby did it, very proud of her. And then Disneyland, Vegas, and all that. We never really took time to properly celebrate the car. So getting the car was a bit of a thing because my baby here needed me to sign. And I was like, yeah, I can't. And she kind of ready to riot act a little bit. And I remember telling her, do you remember me saying that? You remember you said all this. I
wasn't rude. I didn't cuss him out or anything, but in the moment, in the process of buying that car, mind you, it was the first purchase I had ever done on my own. Major. And I had just started this job, and as you guys know, when you're buying a car, the financing office and stuff, they want you to prove job security and job history, and I did not have that. And there were just so many factors, and so I was getting pressure from not in a bad way, but from the salesman and the guy that was trying to help me make this car deal. Is there anyone else who can sign for you? And he was great too. Yeah, he's great. Fly. Yeah. So in that stress, I was like, babe, you don't want to sign for me. I can't get this car without your help. No. And he was like, babe, you are going to feel so much more proud of yourself if you do this on your own. I know you can do it. I know that they can do it.
That's real talk, which is true. It was real talk.
And it did end up working out, but in that moment, I was like, you just don't trust me. You don't want to help me. And all this stuff. I was being a real extra.
She was being extra, y'all. And I was just like, remember you said all this. I just want you to remember that you said all this. So.
But you love me.
Fast forward a few weeks later, she's got the car and she comes back from the concert. We never really celebrated this milestone of you getting your first car.
Yeah, and so he's planting this seed into my ear of let's celebrate you getting this car and let's, whatever. And I was just I don't see the point.
But I wanted to do something.
He wanted to do it, and so he kept kind of bringing it up. I was like, okay, it's something he feels passionate about, celebrating getting this car. So sure, if he wants to go to dinner, I'll go to dinner with him.
Yeah, just eat the food and enjoy yourself. Don't make it all hard. Eat the cake, Anna.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Forgive me.
So we come back from, or my mom and sister and I come back from Santa Barbara. He comes to pick me up, and
we go downtown San Luis Obispo, right? And we were a little early for the reservation I had made at the restaurant.
Was that by design? I think it was.
It definitely was a little early. It was definitely by design. So let's walk down by the creek, right? Because anyone who's ever been in downtown San Luis Obispo, it's a very nice, beautiful little creek area, depending on what's going on down there.
In the springtime.
In the springtime, yes. So I was like, let's walk down by the creek. We're walking and we're looking, and I'm a little stressed because I know what I'm about to do. She just thinks I'm being weird, but to be fair, I'm weird 95% of the time anyway. I admit it. Yeah. So we walk down there, and I am nervous. I'm stressed. Because anyone watching this, if you're a man and you've ever proposed, you know exactly what I'm talking about. No matter how much she loves you, there's a chance she could say no for any reason. Nothing in life is guaranteed other than taxes and death. So I was nervous. I was very confident she'd say yes. Thank goodness she did. Love you for that.
Welcome.
But it's still hard. It's hard on you. It draws on your spirit and on your soul when you're, and it's a huge commitment too. So I'm down there and trying to enjoy it, trying to make it,
We're walking around. I feel like it was extra hot that day too. And neither of us were dressed in a way.
For some reason we both had you had
I had a leather jacket.
Red leather jacket. And I had this gray one with black stripes down the sleeve.
Yeah.
And
so I was getting all grumpy because I'm hot, tired from coming back from the concert.
Hungry.
Hangry. and all these things, and I just thought he was being extra, like, okay, like, why we gotta walk around and do all this stuff? Like, can we just go eat?
Right.
I'm hungry. Why is it so hot outside? Na 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 na.
St. Louis ain't supposed to be that hot either.
I know.
Ew. So we go down there, and again, I'm nervous and I'm sweating and all this, and like, by the way, people, when you take your kids somewhere, control them, because I'm trying to get my proposal on, and someone's got their kid just running through the creek, kicking water everywhere, and you know. And so we found this little bench, right? And we sat on the bench and we were talking. And there's like this homeless monk dude sitting on this rock in the middle of the like creek, kind of like meditating. He was in like a Dragon Ball Z shirt, which was funny. He kind of like Master Roshi. Anyway, so we sat down and I was like, man, we've done a lot of fun stuff this year. You know, you got your first car, and you went to the concert, we went to Disneyland, we went to Las Vegas. And I'm like, I want us to have like fun like this all the time. And you're like, yeah, I agree.
Like saying,
you know, like one way for us to do it, or one way for us to have more fun, is if we get married. And I got down on the knee, and
then he said my full government name.
Yeah, full government name, which I won't say here. And went to the jacket pocket and had a box like a fool. But they had like ribbon, and it was nice. And I tried to get the box open, and I'm struggling because I'm sweating and freaked out. And I get the box open. It's got the ring box, and I'm like, blow, and I present the ring. And I asked her, full government name and all, will you marry me? You want to give me a close up on that or not? There you go. Bling bling.
Let me get the angle right.
On.
Oh, there's a hair there.
We're live, pal.
Well, let me do this again.
Oh, it's live, pal.
Sorry.
All right.
So he's like, you know, saying my full government name and all this stuff, and like as the whole time, like he's talking to me, I'm just like, it was a very surreal moment. Like I didn't actually think like what was happening was actually happening, because I don't know, like I was just like, yeah, like we've been having a great time, and you know, like I would love to spend more time with you. And then he says my full government name, and then again brings out like a gift box. Like it doesn't. It
was
like
not that big.
It's a gift box for like a small item. So I'm thinking it's like jewelry, like maybe a ring, a necklace, and I was like, how sweet, you know.
It was a ring.
No, I mean like earrings. I'm thinking how sweet. He got me like some jewelry, and then I'm like sitting there staring at it for a second. He's all, and I'm all, and I was like.
Tears started coming.
But I was actually crying.
It was actually crying.
No, I wasn't.
No, well, you welled up.
Welled up.
You welled
like, I was
up.
getting teary. But I was like, are you sure? Me? What? Why?
And I remember hearing,
What?
are you serious? It's some kind of joke,
are you serious?
Right? And I was like,
Are you joking? Like I was like giving him like the 21 questions. And so he's like, yes. Yes, I want to marry you. And I was like, are you sure? Like, I just, like, did not believe that was happening. And then finally I was like, yes, I do, or of course, or whatever. And then so, like, we hugged, we kissed.
wow.
And, you know, there was people that had gathered, not, like, closely around, but you could tell that they were
People starting to pay attention.
And then,
to what
yeah, they were paying attention. And then, you know, like, he put the ring on my finger. And, they're, like, applauding and stuff. And it was, like, really cute.
Even that monk like came out of his like meditation. He was like, did that just really happen? Wow, that's cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was weird.
There's
so
yeah, I remember that lady who was like up there at the railing. She looked down, and was like,
yeah,
and stuff. And that
was cute. It was a cute moment. But again, like I was still in such disbelief, and like the only thing I was kind of annoyed at, not at you, myself, is the fact that like I didn't look cute that day. Like I had no makeup on. And you ladies can attest to this. When your man proposes to you, or if they did propose to you, you know you want to have your nails done, your face done, your hair on point, your outfit cute. You want to feel cute. That way you can take pictures together. Like we don't have engagement pictures, like or the moment of us getting engaged or anything like that.
You don't show that picture that lady took of us?
No. I have no, like, I don't even know, like, that was probably like 8 phones ago.
Okay.
But, like, I was not in the position to be presentable in that way.
Well, excuse the heck out of me.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Us ladies just want to be presentable, pretty and cute for like one of the biggest moments of your life. You can understand that, right?
I understand that.
Yeah.
Now, it was a very magical moment. We right away started calling people.
We're like freaking out. We're so excited.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we need to call everybody.
We're doing this. We're calling. Nobody answered the phone.
No one.
Nobody answered the phone.
Not a mama. Not a friend. Not a nobody. No one.
Well, I take that back. My parents answered.
Eventually, though, right?
Eventually. But they, this code is going to sound, my parents weren't the first people we called. And, or either they got back to us, but they was in a timely manner. But no.
We were like so excited.
Yeah.
Like just waiting. And it felt like one after one after one that we would call, like no answer. Voicemail. We're like, what?
Yeah.
Because we just like wanted to like shout it from the rooftops. We're like, oh my god, we're again.
Few people, I took a picture of the ring on her finger and sent it, and was like, she said yes, and I got responses like way later, like, oh wow, amazing. So yeah. Now keep in mind, as I circle back, jump back about 3.5 weeks to where we're in the office, the car place, and I was like, remember, you said all this. Just remember. One of the other reasons I couldn't do it was because that day they had already ran my stuff, or they were running my stuff to be able to get her ring, which is why I wasn't able to help her with the car. I tried to play it off smooth, but that's why I told her, you just remember you said all this. Okay?
Did you tell my mom?
I don't recall if I did or didn't.
Oh.
I think what I told your mom was, yeah, as a boyfriend, I don't feel comfortable signing for a car because
we don't actually recommend anyone doing that.
Yeah, don't sign for nobody's stuff if y'all not married. Mm-mm. Like, don't. Unless it's like your brother or your sister.
Don't let a girl pressure you.
But for those of you who've never seen Woo, don't sign for nobody's car. They break it off with you.
Bank accounts.
They break it off with you, and you can't get the car back at all, but you stuck with payments that they ain't even make because you didn't want your credit ruined. Mm-hmm. But I digress. I was like, remember you said all this, and remember how you acting. As extra as you being. Just remember that. Long story short, she got the car, and got a rock on her finger a few weeks later.
Wow. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
And that is our little wild engagement story. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
It was a cute time.
It was a cute time. Yeah. Oh, and for those of you who wonder, we went to Novo downtown.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we were just talking about this. Like,
yeah.
We, went to Novo again. We're like just buzzing with like excitement. We're like, oh my god, go to Novo. And we were just talking about, this like couple, this lady next to us was like, I would love to take your picture. She was like our hype woman. She was so into it.
Her husband, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Let them have their,
but we were talking about it like a couple days ago. We're like, we have no recollection of like the dinner itself.
Well, here's the thing. Novo in downtown, this isn't like to slander them or anything. I'm not taking no shots because I honestly don't remember the experience that much other than getting like a free dessert. But we went to dinner in Novo, and we took a drive up the 1 instead of going the normal way home with the 101. And the difference in time it would take to go that direction versus the other direction isn't that big. However, before we got home, we was hungry again, and we had to stop at Taco Bell, and it was so you take it for what it's worth. You know what I mean?
I love Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is banging.
I don't care what nobody says.
Hey, it's not the greatest for you.
And McDonald's, I love me.
Right. I feel you. And after that, we came on home and started making calls and telling other folks. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Novo, no go. I'm sorry.
But anyway, that's it. Just kind of wraps up our whole dating story. And the love story continues.
I'm sorry, I was just thinking, like, what if I was one of the Sheep Brothers who, like, Taco Bell was the plan from the start? Like, let's go out and celebrate. Carol started at Taco Bell. Carol, y'all. If y'all know who Carol is, watch the last video.
Leave a comment below. Alright, well that's it. Again, like, please let us know if you have any suggestions. I thought about making a video about our wedding, but like, I don't really see the point in that. No.
I mean, a wedding's a wedding.
A wedding's a wedding. It was cool.
Ours was lit. I mean, you know, I still hear people talk about how good a time they had.
It was, yeah.
But it's still just, it's a wedding, you know. So,
yeah.
Let us know what you want to see. I mean, you know, we do videos like this where we tell story. You know, story time with the beans is great.
Mm-hmm. I would love to do like a Q&A. Like for people to leave respectful questions.
Yeah, don't make me come look for you.
You know, whether it's like relationship, life, advice, anything. Like, or just questions about like, you know, us, like what things that we like.
What do we enjoy?
Yeah, like what's our favorite whatever.
I love favorite questions.
Yeah.
What do you
like,
guys'
so
favorite
fun.
this? What do you guys...
Movies, like,
yeah.
And that's another thing too, like he's a huge movie buff. I'm like, I'm more of like a reading, like I love to read. So we have like fun suggestions about that. Like we make little games out of stuff. But anyway, we could talk about anything. We could talk about anything forever. So just tell us what you like.
Or if you want us to get back in the kitchen and do something else, you know.
Which, that's inevitable. That will be coming soon.
Yeah, whether you ask for it or not.
Even if you make us, please don't cook anything again. We probably will.
That's right. So until we meet again, y'all, just remember, life is good.
But it's better when it's
Muy Bean. Yeah.
This episode of Muy Bean brought to you by Phoenix Pro. Phoenix Pro products provide sensational sound reproduction. For live events, I use the PTU-2U True Diversity cordless mic system, which uses powerful core processors for sensational sound performance. Plus, it's built like a tank, with heavy-duty all-metal housing. The PTU-2U offers 1,000 selectable 500 MHz band UHF groups for interference-free performance and long-range 328-foot line-of-sight operation. Use the link in the description to check out this and other Phoenix Pro products and enter promo code BLACKLEATHERCREW at checkout. For sensational sound reproduction, get Phoenix Pro!